The next exercise is high knees. Running on the spot for 40 seconds with high knees will get the heart rate up rapidly and help to increase cardiovascular levels. The penultimate exercise is tricep dips. Tricep dips will not only improve muscular endurance, but will also help to improve core strength, as it requires you to engage your core throughout. Finally is burpees. Burpees are another exercise that will help to improve an increase in your heart rate and improve your cardiovascular stamina. In week 3 and 4, on the Saturday, the client will participate in fartlek training session on a treadmill, or outside if a treadmill is not accessible. The session will start with a warm-up to set up, where the client will walk slowly or jog for approximately 4 to 5 miles per hour for around 5 minutes. They will then run for 10 minutes at a steady rate, but at a relatively quick pace, between around 6 to 8 miles an hour. Then slow it down to again 5 miles an hour, and then run for another 3 minutes. After running for 3 minutes, the pace will increase to 7 to 9 miles an hour for 30 seconds, before then going back to a 5 mile per hour pace. The client will repeat this 3 minute to 30 second with a 3 minute to 30 second interval. Once this is done, the session has finished, and the client will cool down by walking or jogging slowly at approximately 3 to 4 miles an hour for another 5 minutes. This cool down is important because it will help to reduce the risk of injury and fatigue. Finally, we move on to week 5 and 6. The training session on Monday in week 5 and 6 will be another swim, which is one of the best exercises for my client, as it is non-weight bearing. Due to the recent injury, this will be more suitable and will help to improve cardiovascular stamina as well. The session will be timed and requires the client to swim 1,500 meters in the quickest time possible. The time will then be reduced, and the session the week after will see them try to beat that time that they have just received. This adds more fun and more challenging aspect into the session, as the challenge will be to try and beat the previous time and to complete the 1,500 meters. In week 5 and 6, the Wednesday training session will again, just like week 1 and 2, consist of interval training on an exercise bike. Again, this will consist of interval training periods where the client will work maximally for short periods of time with enough time to rest. The session will involve cycling for 40 seconds easily with minimal resistance, and then sprinting for 20 at a higher resistance. In week 1, this was repeated for 15 to 20 times. However, now that muscular endurance has improved, I would say they could do this for 35 to 40 times to help further my clients' anaerobic fitness and also improve their cardiovascular fitness. So the last training session on the Saturday in week 5 and 6 will be fartlek or speed play training. This requires my client to walk, jog and sprint over long durations of time. This therefore helps with cardiovascular and muscular endurance. What I will do, because this is the latter stage of the 6-week program, I will increase the sprinting period that my client will undergo and decrease the walking period, which is my client's rest period. So this increase in intensity will help see a greater improvement in my client's cardiovascular fitness and their muscular endurance as well. Lastly, we need to look at the review. So what I got my client to do at the start of this, just before the 6-week program, was do a 12-minute Cooper run to get some sort of an idea of what their current level of cardiovascular fitness was. So what the review is talking about is a test on the 3rd and 6th week. So the 3rd is halfway through, and on the 3rd week they'll undergo the Cooper run again to see if their cardiovascular fitness has improved in any way. If so, then they can continue with the 6-week program. However, if they have not improved and they're not running for a longer period of time and for a further distance, then they're not meeting the targets that they have asked you to help them with in the 6-week program. So therefore, the 6-week program will have to be adapted to hopefully make sure that they are reaching the targets in the next 3 weeks and at the end of the 6-week training program. That's the end of my 6-week training program for client B.